chapters 6 and 7 of this book, and my sister asked me for me to make one that looks like a pearl, a Dorodingo. So maybe since these chapters are pretty short and like easy to read and like they go out pretty fast, I might just do that. I might make Dorodingo after this. Honestly, I'm so tired, like from waking up early, studying, first thing in the morning, and the whole time between the last year and this one, I was literally just doing my Quran class, praying, and that's it. Like, I deleted Instagram so I don't scroll too much. I waste a lot of time on Instagram. But this is what I should be doing instead, is reading, studying, and yeah, doing some hobbies. Like Duolingo. So, we're gonna do that. And then after this stream, I think at night I'll do some Quran journaling. I should be doing that. I have a lot to study though. I have like 5 lectures to catch up to. But anyways, we're gonna do this. We're gonna, I don't know, maybe I'll go to the lake later today, because I'm just, I'm just kind of tired of sitting in my room doing nothing. I'm kind of like, I would be okay in prison, honestly. If you put me in prison and I could use my phone in there, I'd be a happy person. Chapter 6. Dismay and I went home the way we'd come. It had rained for so many days that Snapfinger Creek had swollen to a good-sized stream. Dismay twirled and splashed in it, cooling himself. I walked my bike to the shade of chokecherry tree and watched my dog. The ground was spongy and my toes felt deliciously wet and cool in my flip-flopped feet. When Dismay spotted me watching him, he plopped himself down in the creek just like that. The water came to his shoulders and almost covered his back, so that he looked like a dog-headed Viking ship on a mighty river. He looked at me with bright black eyes, his pink tongue hanging out of his mouth, and a panting grin that said, "Come on. Come out of there, Dismay," I called to him. "We've got to get home." Right out of the water he came, friendly and happy. As soon as he got close to me, he gave himself a giant shake and peppered me with Snapfinger Creek water. "Dismay," I shouted. He barked and wagged his tail, and I had to laugh. "Let's go." I avoided any possibility of seeing my cousin Peach as we traveled home. Whenever I heard a car coming, I steered my bike smack into the cornfield and let the corn silks tickle me while I waited for it to pass. Dismay thought this was a good game, and he squeezed right in with me, knocking me into cornstalks, sniffing for rabbits as he pushed himself into each row. He was a good corn trampler. I hatched a plan as I pedaled into the front parking lot. I'd go right to my closet. I wouldn't go to the family supper before the viewing. In fact, I'd skip the viewing too. That way, I wouldn't have to see Peach at all until the next day. I'd fortify myself with a stack of peanut butter and banana sandwiches and my notebooks for a short history of a small place. I called it short for short. What? It's already chapter 7? No way. That's the shortest chapter yet. Short for short. I put all my life notices into short and also my funeral geography, as Aunt Florentine called it, notebooks and notes about who came to each funeral and what folks said and whose food they didn't eat. Ever since I could write, I've kept a record of every funeral I've attended. I've been to 247. What? That's insane. Great Aunt Florentine would be number 248. Yes, the closet. That's where I need it to be. I finished a chapter before anybody came to the stream. That's insane. This might be the first stream where nobody comes. Chapter 7. Mama was walking across the freshly mowed grass from the funeral home to the flower shop when she saw me snake past the corner of the shed. "Comfort," she called. She waved a gloved hand at me like she was the beauty queen of the garden club. Her smile made the air shine. "I need you." Yo, Polarius, welcome back to the stream. How's it going? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How many subs you got now? Let's see. I can't see. Tell me. Channel activity. I wanna see your profile. But yeah, have you been hilarious? Mama said something else, but her words were drowned out by Tidings, riding the tractor back toward the shed. He had his shirt off and his fishing boots on. He glistened with sweat and was concentrating like he was Michelangelo sculpting the statue of David, discovering our World magazine, issue 47. This man ran in front of the mower, barking and spinning. In front of it? Oh my god, they're so bad. Alright, this chapter is longer. That's good. Give him some water from the hose, I yelled at Tidings. Give him a bath, Mama called. He's working tonight. Tidings saluted us. Mama disappeared inside the shop and I followed her. She smiled at me with teary eyes and gestured around the shop. How are you, sister? And your health? My health is good, alhamdulillah. 10 out of 10. Could not be better. I still have this sty in my eyes. Like, it's smaller than it was before. But I really need to, really invest in my health a little more. Like, take care of myself. Because all the doctors recommended to get, like, a warm towel and just put on your eyes for multiple times throughout the day. I was too lazy to do that. And I said, okay, maybe I'm just too busy. I need summer to come. And then summer break, and I never did it. I was just, like, busy doing this stuff. But, yeah, it is so boring. Imagine, like, having to just cover your eyes. No scrolling, nothing. Just sitting there. But, yeah, I have to do that. How are you, Polarius? Lavender, it was everywhere. Great-great-aunt Florentine had stuffed lavender sprigs in her pockets and in her pillows, in her drawers, in her hair. She had been a walking lavender bush. Ooh, I want lavender just because it's, like, good for butterflies, but snapdragons are better, though, because it's, like, safe for cats. I've been cutting and arranging lavender all day, said Mama, dabbing at her eyes with the Snowburger's handkerchief. Oh, it brings back memories, sweet memories. Your Aunt Florentine would have loved all this, wouldn't she? She sniffed a ladylike sniff and quickly stuck her handkerchief into a pocket. What is your favorite habit, sister? Reading, journaling, studying, sculpting, Dora the Dinglebells, walking, going to the lake, feeding ducks, long drives. That's not a habit though, it's like wasting gas, but anywhere going really, really far. Finding new routes to find, different paths to makes those new neuron connections in your brain, neural pathways. Hanging out with people. Yo, Herda, welcome back to the stream. Yeah, no cats today, sorry. You're gonna have to reduce your gambling addiction if you think cats are gamblers. Anyways, how's it going? Before I could think of what to say, Mama picked up florist wire, kitchen shears, and a bucket of pink tea roses and scooted past me. Can you help me tote these buckets of flowers next door? I'll arrange them in the downstairs kitchen. Lorene can't get here to help me for another hour, and I've got more orders than I can shake a stick at. I live to serve, I said valiantly. Mama looked right into my eyes and smiled a genuine smile that showed all the sadness around her mouth and behind her ears. Behind her eyes. It made me love her a lot. Mama was the picture of poise. She had been Little Miss Magnolia of Aurora County when she was 6 years old, and she was the most beautiful homecoming queen Snapfinger High School had ever seen. Folks still said so. She made a florist apron full of pockets look like a regal robe, with presents peeking out for everyone. She put her armful of supplies into an enormous red wagon that sat in the middle of the shop. It was brimming with buckets of orange lilies, purple stock, yellow sprig roses, red carnations, baby snapdragons, and lavender. Hello, Hira. You not like cooking, sister? I would like cooking. That's a good question. When I'm in the kitchen, when I'm actually in the mood to cook, it's fun. But it's kind of rare just because, I don't have my own kitchen, If other people are cooking, that's fine. Like, I don't invest in cooking. Paula, I can cook burnt toast. Want some? But what do you cook, Polarius? What's your favorite thing to cook? I've been craving steak bites, honestly. I wanna go to the store, buy some cubed steak, make some mashed potatoes, and then just like, yeah, grill the steak bites. Add some rosemary, butter, salt, pepper, and like steak seasoning. Honestly, if you have steak seasoning, you don't have to add salt or pepper. We have steak seasoning. It's like really, it's from a bougie steak place. Steak is nice. Yeah, bro. It's so easy to cook too. I don't like it rare though. Just like fully seared. Fully, not seared, cooked through. No thanks, I'm good. Alright. Mary's taking a nap in the casket room, so we'll want to be quiet when you pass her. She's all worn out, Mama said. I envisioned Mary curled up inside an empty open casket, lying on smooth white satin and clutching her blanket to herself, snoring her little girl snores. Why is she in there? Mama pulled on a pair of gloves. Well, your Aunt Florentine can't watch her anymore on funeral days, of course, so I've got to keep her close while I work. Maybe you can play with her when she wakes up. She reached for a bunch of baby's breath. Oh, Mama, just make her a peanut butter and banana sandwich and let her play in the dress-up box. She'll be plenty happy. Mama kissed me on the nose. Everything Mama did felt like it had great purpose to it, even a kiss on the nose. And when Lorraine comes, she'll bring Jimmy, and Jimmy can watch Mary while she helps in the kitchen. Deal? A nose kiss had sealed the deal. Can I skip the viewing tonight? I asked as together we balanced the buckets and hauled the wagon across the yard to the funeral home. That's not like you. Mama caught a giant magenta clump that tumbled from the wagon. Isn't... Hey, Yuki! He's teaching Junie bad manners. He's tipping the trash. What do you want? He wants to sit on the book. Hi, Christopher Trimble. Catherine, welcome. How's it going? You're very late, but it's fine. True. It's 12 minutes. Actually, not too late. Oh, my homie. Yes, that's Yuki. He's so bad, though. I don't know why he's been tipping trash these days. Like, what is he doing? Okay, so he doesn't want to leave. He wants to sit right here. Oh my gosh, my hand. Please, no. He wants to sit on the light. Oh my days. He just knows what we're doing. I didn't need that light anyways. That's not like you. Mom caught a giant magenta clump that tumbled from the wagon. Isn't this the most glorious celosia? My gardens have been beautiful this year, even with all the rain. Celosia reminded me of enormous celery stalks with a mass of red rings on top. I have a lot of homework, I said. Now, I didn't have a lot of homework, but I'd find some if it meant I didn't have to see Peach. I love homework. I do homework when I don't have any homework to do. It's calming to read about Egypt and then to draw up your own plan for a pyramid just because you feel like it. I had recently drawn a map of snowburgers just because. She's a smart kid. Cat privileges. Oh, another cat. Yeah, bro. It's Junie and Yuki, the ultimate pair. The iconic pair. It used to be not Junie. Yuki and Pixie. But not anymore. Junie took her spot and she's so mad. But Junie's temporary. Uh-oh, Junie! Not the booty hole. Junie, get your head out of there! Bad girl. I play Minecraft a lot now. Dang. So it's like you think to yourself when you first play it, like, oh, I'm not gonna get addicted. Like, I could stop whenever I want to. And then you keep playing it, and then you're like, okay, this is fun. And then you stop playing it, it's like, wait, I need to go back to that. I was not done. And then you go back to that, and then you can't get out. It's just, that's how addiction works. That's from my experience. Alright. Mama tucked the cellophane sock under her arm. You don't want to see Peach. She wore a straw hat that protected her face from the sun. She looked at me with her head cocked to the right, her eyebrows raised, and the half smile she wore when she knew she was right. I sighed and wiped my hands on my lime green shorts. Yes, Mom. Yes, ma'am. I can't say it as I blame you. Mama went back to work, pulling the wagon across the grass cart. I pushed, but he won't come to the viewing, she said. After supper, we'll put him to bed downstairs in the resting room, like we did when Uncle Edisto died, and he'll sleep right through it. Yes, I know about addiction gambling. I built a little cute house. Aww. Yeah, gambling is a huge addiction. I don't know what to make the roof out of, though. The classic thing is cobblestone stairs, but sandstone or birchwood looks better, actually. Birchwood, yeah. You can use anything, honestly. The resting room was next to Daddy's office. It's where folks had a little lie down if they got overwrought during a viewing or a visitation. It happened. And it's where Daddy napped if he got tired during the day. It held 2 twin beds and a nightstand between them, nothing else. It was good. It was a good, simple room. Peach won't even know you're there, said Mama. Yes, he will, I said. He'll see me at supper, and then he'll pester me all night. I put on my best tinny-peeny, scrawny Peach voice. Comfort, my drink's too cold. Comfort, I need my softer pajamas. Comfort, this story is too scary. And then I went back to my own voice. And he'll make me stay with him and play crazy eights in the resting room all evening, and I'll miss the whole viewing. Like you said, great-great-aunt Florentine can't help anymore. You know, said Mama, he adores you, Comfort. He always has. I don't want to be adored. And he loves the people he adored most. Whenever Peach and Aunt Goldie visited us from Atlanta, which was too often, Peach would race into Uncle Edisto's arms, overjoyed, shouting, depending on the occasion, It's Easter and I've come to see you. And Uncle Edisto would catch Peach and swing him high before his arthritis got too bad and say, Well, come see me then. After Uncle Edisto died, Peach shouted the same thing to Aunt Florentine. It's summer and I've come to see you. She'd fold him into her apron, wrapping him in a cloud of lavender, and say the same thing. Well, come to see me then. Well, come see me then. And Peach would cry from happiness. She ripped the pages. Junie! The computer is very old, so it takes a bit long to load. Oh yeah, that happens. I hate waiting for games to start. I like spinny chairs. Yeah, I used to have those, but now my chairs doesn't spin. You keep sleeping on my hand. This guy. Like, we started the stream without cats, and look what happened. They're all here. Like, couldn't get into a closer proximity. Ripping the book even. She's such a bitey girl. Alright. Death is hard for Peach, Mama said. He's only 8. Oh, Mama, I went to funerals when I was 8. Funerals are an occupation for us, darling. You're used to them. Peach isn't. Uncle Edisto's funeral was Peach's first experience with death, and he's very sensitive. That's just the kind of person he is. I'm sensitive. You said so yourself when Tidings teased me about sitting in my closet. You're a different kind of sensitive, Comfort. You sit in your closet, you're sensitive inside. Peach cries, he's sensitive outside, that's all. We each do something to cope with our feelings when life feels overwhelming. Tidings mows grass. I thought about that. Mowing grass is useful, and sitting in the closet never hurt anybody. But Peach cries and carries on and makes everybody miserable. Mama stopped pulling the wagon. I pressed my case. I couldn't go fishing with Uncle Edisto whenever Peach visited. His screaming scared away the fish. The boat's rocking too hard, and don't hurt that worm. I don't know how Uncle Edisto could stand it. I took a breath. Mama dabbed at the perspiration on her neck and spoke in an even voice. Uncle Edisto loved Peach. She regarded me with a cool eye. He had infinite patience. I pretended to study a caterpillar in the grass at my feet. Uncle Edisto was the closest thing Peach ever had to a daddy, Mama said. His death devastated Peach. He ruined Uncle Edisto's funeral. For whom? For Uncle Edisto? If he had been able, uh, Uncle Edisto would have worked hard to comfort Peach. Am I the only one here? It's the cat show now. Yeah, true. There's also Herda. Look at Yuki though. He's my whole hand. He's just sleeping on it. And Junie's not done biting the pencil. Okay. What do I do? How do I continue reading? I began to feel as low as the caterpillar. You might give him another chance, Mama said. The only way he will learn some decorum is by practicing. I wanted to have the last word, but I didn't know what decorum was. I crouched back down in my wagon pushing position. All I can say is, we'd better have a lot of Kleenex ready. Mama smiled. Let's get out of the sun. I'm melting out here, and so are my flowers. We wrestled the wagon through the side door of the funeral home and made our way down the cool, quiet hallway. I knew Daddy was busy with great-great-aunt Florentine. We passed the casket room, and Mama said, "Stop." She checked on Mary, still sleeping. We pulled the wagon into the cavernous downstairs kitchen, where the air conditioning made the room so cold I could imagine what Admiral Byrd felt like as he reached the South Pole, discovering our World magazine, issue 17. Only he didn't have a long table full of funeral food standing ready for guests. We studied it in a moment of silence. There is Mrs. Elling's chicken and potato chip casserole, I said. Folks have been bringing food all day, said Mama. She removed her gloves and with a sigh looked around her. Great-great-aunt Florentine had always been in charge of the downstairs kitchen on funeral days, and I'd been her assistant. Alright, anything to say, you guys? Let's see when the chapter ends. Okay, so it ends in 3 pages. These cats are so annoying, bro. But I'm gonna miss her. My phone's 10%. Mine's 40. Out of all the places to sleep, though. Come on, Yuki. No, Junie, don't. Surely rip some pages. You want me to help with the food? I asked. Mama shook her head. Jimmy can do that just fine when she gets here. She sat down at the kitchen table and sagged a little. Mama rarely sagged. She pulled her elbows on the table and clasped her hands together and leaned on soft cheeks on her hand and looked at me sideways. Will you eat tonight if you don't come to the viewing? I don't know, but I gotta go now. Bye. Bye. Catherine, nice having you here. Alright, last 2 pages and then I'm done reading. This will be the shortest live stream, honestly. Unless I do Dorodango after this. But I don't know. These cats are in the way. Hello, I'm back. Yo, Kevin Pollack, welcome back to the stream. How's it going? I brightened, I promise. Mama paused and then said, "You'll have to see him sooner or later, you know." I know. Later's better than sooner. Then I remembered Declaration says she'll come tomorrow too. Mama lifted her head and gave me a quizzical look. Really? Really? She told me so at Listening Rock just now. Come here, Mama took 2 fingers and tucked wayward strands of my hair under the brim of my baseball cap. This hair, she patted my cheek. I'll wash it. She cupped my chin into her hand and whispered, "How will you stay away?" I blinked at her and shrugged. Mama looked deep into my eyes. "Are you okay?" My heart fluttered into my stomach. "Why?" "You and Aunt Florentine were such a pair," said Mama, straightening up and repositioning the clip in her hair. "To lose both Florentine and Edisto in the same year is a hard blow, for heaven's sake." I swallowed and tried to remember. Death is a part of life. "It's a blow for Peach too, you know," said Mama. "Please, don't make me play with him, Mama." At Uncle Edisto's funeral, Peach had fainted into the punch bowl, and that was just for starters. He had been so overwrought about everything I almost had to strangle him and put him into the casket right along with Uncle Edisto. Only my strength of character kept me from it. I thought you lived to serve, said Mama. Her voice was tired. She put an arm around my waist and pulled me to her, leaned her head on my shoulder, and gave me a squeeze. I stood there in my half-muddy, flip-flopped feet with my hair sticking out from under my baseball cap, and clutched her right back. Okay, Mama. Okay, said Mama. You're off duty tonight. We heard Mary awake and singing. She called from her casket to the tune of Jingle Bells. Get me up, get me up, get me up awake. I did. Okay, so we're done reading. Ah! Junie! No! Junie. Ah! We're done reading 2 chapters. Just so fast. Read that in 25 minutes. Should I end the stream here or do something? I don't think I'm able to do anything with Junie like this. It's continue, cat. Continue reading? I did 2 chapters and finished them. But the first chapter was pretty short, honestly. And it would even things out if I read 1 more chapter. I don't know. I think I'm gonna call it here. Just cause... yeah. Junie wants to play. She's bored. Okay, take care, guys. I haven't read a book in 100,000 years. Yeah, man. Honestly. I haven't read since this year either. Like, at all in my whole life. I've never felt like reading. But I wanted to force myself just because, like, it increases your vocab. It's good for your brain and all that. Anyways, take care, guys. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.